Nusrat Zaidi, one of the very respectable member of the IEC community, he will explain about this project, history of IEC Azadari conversion project. We, as a team, we decided, we had these hundreds of videos and audios, and it was like sitting in the rooms, right? We decided that it's important now. IEC is like, what, 40 years almost? 40 years. It's important for our young people to go look for that journey. So these videos, like Brother Nusrat Zaidi, Alhamdulillah, he started from scratch. All those videos, they were sitting in there, eating dust. He took out all of them. He went through, again, imagine, someone is like converting this analog to digital. He has to buy all those, like, all these equipments and then go through each and every speech and then decide which one to convert, which one not to convert. Amazing work, Alhamdulillah, Brother Nusrat and his team, they did. It's not just like a video, honestly, it's a showcase of our journey. Sometimes we do not value what's happened. We just take it so simple, right? We need to understand what these seniors did, or those people that are no longer with us, what they did. They are windows to our past, reflecting the hard work, dedication, and the visions of those who came before us, or their seniors right now. They remind us of the challenges we have overcome, the success we have achieved, the values that have guided us throughout the history. It's important, brothers and sisters, that reflect our journey. I mean, again, sometimes I go travel to the other cities and I realize they did nothing. Like some of those, I don't want to mention the name, but you know that majority of these cities, they're still doing their Azadari at home. Still the community is scattered. They still do not have President Alim. They do not have, Alhamdulillah, this community was so blessed to have dedicated people. So very dedicated. If I will start mentioning people's names, then I will definitely miss so many people. That's why all of them, alhamdulillah, all those brothers, they're with us today or they're no longer with us. So again, like to really thank Brother Nusrat for all these efforts. Inshallah, I will come and explain. And anyway, thank you very much for preserving our history and helping us to honor the past as we are looking forward towards the future. Inshallah. Thank you. Please welcome Brother Nusrat with loud salawat.
Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad.
Assalamu alaikum. Thank you very much for a wonderful introduction. I think Maulana hit the nail on the head by saying that these videos have a history. So a lot of people.
Can you go to the podium? I think this is
a lot of people think these are just the majlis and the tapes. And of course there are majalis and tapes, and there are some great speakers who Houston community had the honor to invite, that they came here. But their majlis are available on YouTube. There are many other ways to see here, Kalbe Sadiq, Araidullah, Aqilul Gharavi, and Talib Johari. What is different is that they are associated, those speeches are associated with this center. It happened when our children were running around. We can see them. Those children who were 10 and 12 and 15, my children, Hassan's children, and Hassan Ali Khan's children, and they are in their 30s and 40s. So they make a part of the history that is an stamp on those speeches that you will see there, and you will say, oh, here is Raza running around, here is Nasir running around. Oh, they were so little, they were only 12, they were 10, so on. So those information you will not get anywhere. You can go on YouTube and listen hundreds of Rashid Turabi's majlis and Talib Johari's majlis. But this is what the history is. Not only the majlis, of course, majlis are. So how many of you have had a chance to listen to any of these recordings on YouTube? Okay. How many of you have never heard about this Azadari project? Raise their hands. So this is first time for some of you. So it is sort of a negligence on our part that we haven't been able to reach the whole community and tell them the work we have been doing. I started, like Maulana Sahab said, Maulana Sahab already said few things that I wanted to share. That all these tapes, there were about 1,200 videotapes. They were lying in this room, like he said, eating dust, and there were about 600 audio tapes. How many people in this room have never seen an audio tape? How many have never seen a videotape? Okay. So the hard part is the audio and videotape, actually just a little history. They disappeared around 2000. Between 2000 and 2005, DVD and CD were the media. And then 2005 and onward, DVD and CD died because of the internet. So nobody needs those. So first thing what I did, I will take a few minutes to explain what I went through. So I took all those tapes and took it home. Anything that I found that is available on internet, like tafsir of Quran and speeches with some ayatollah, they were all available. Some popular Noha reciter, I took them out and we decided to recycle them. They were about 400 to 500 videos, VHS. So after that, we were left about 400 or 500 videos and about 300, 400 audio tapes. All right. So that was the tape, what I say, inventory that I started the work with. I took them home, several of those boxes, set up an area in my house, and asked people if anybody has VHS. Nobody offered. So I went to Amazon and I found VHS tape is very expensive. It used to be $200. It's $800, $1,000, because there's not much demand. Nobody buys them anymore. Anyway, I found a refurbished one. Same thing with the audio tape players. Then I was looking, I asked a lot of people in this town who make videos on the wedding, that if they have any converter device that will take a tape player from a VHS and give me a digital file that I can play on computer. I didn't get any help. So I started teaching myself by looking at YouTube that how to convert a VHS tape into a digital tape. And I found a device that you hook to your VHS player. We will show you the picture. And the other end has a USB. So you come out with USB. So Heather, would you go and show the next slide? Okay, so these are the equipment that I needed. Juma Saab, Maulana Saab gave an approval, and Ashik Juma, who is the business manager here, he provided me all these VHS tape player, audio tape player, a fast computer that IEC purchased for digitizing, because the regular computer was too slow when we were creating files from video to digital. It was taking hours to make a file. This computer much faster, about 30 minutes to 40 minutes to create one file. And then we also purchased a Adobe Element, which is a digitizing software. We got Haider found Canava, which is a Photoshop software, and he knows that, and he will tell you a little bit about it. Haider Shahnawaz sitting right there. Haider, can you, is a big help, and he worked shoulder to shoulder with me on this project throughout this year. So let's have a loud salawat for
اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد.
Like what Maulana was describing, that's what I took home. About 20 boxes of those. All right, so that's why I started. Anyway, Heather, next slide, please. Okay, so this is what I was talking about. So I purchased the CHS that you see on the left, and this device is a magical device. I'm so happy I found it. And then it comes out with a USB that you see on the right. Same thing, you see this old audio tape, and this is the tape player. Now these tape players are very, very inferior quality. I had to buy several of them. I tried to get help from other people to help me, but they had technical difficulties. So what will happen when you play tape, sometimes it will run slow, and it will be like the person talking is kind of sleeping while he was talking. So I had to redo that. So it wasn't as smooth as you would expect an audio tape to work. Same thing was with the video tape player. Sometimes the tape will jam, sometimes tape will work fine, but the output file that I get on UPS will be not that good. So anyway, so this is what the setup we did. I think we spent about roughly $2,000 to $3,000 on the equipment that IC paid for some and some was donated. Heather, next slide. Okay, so this is where all these 500 videos and audio are on this device now. So we don't need those. This device is about this size, about 3 to 3 inches square, about 1 inch thick. This is a 5 terabyte external drive that has all the data. Right, next slide. Okay, so this is the editing process. So here our history starts. You see this whole tape. So if you are editing, you will see a tape like that. The green line represents the audio. The blue line represents the video. Okay? Sometimes audio and video are not in sync. So what you would see that Hasnan Baby is reciting Marsia and while Maulana is speaking. So voice is Marsia and lips are moving of Maulana who is on the podium and vice versa. So we had to synchronize. Synchronize means your blue and green are not together. Okay? So that takes place. Haider had to do that many places. Okay? So these were some of the things that we ran into. But another big problem was that this was, yes, Haider, thank you. So on one video tape, we had multiple majlis. So some people suggested to me, oh, why don't you give it to the commercial people? They can do it. Anybody have any idea how much it costs to get a 2-hour video converted? Any idea? They are available. You Google, call legacy tapes, and they will convert for you. Any idea?
500.
No, for 2-hour tape, they will ask you $160. And we have converted roughly about 1,000 hours, so figure out. And they will not do any editing. Editing is separate, okay? Because every tape had a blank data at the end, in the middle, and so forth. So first thing, our job was that if we have multiple majlis, we make 2 or 3 separate digital files out of it. So that's what we did. We sliced one tape into 3 tapes. And that really editing takes a lot of time. Okay? So I have worked roughly about between 5 and 10 hours a week the last whole year. Okay? So, and Haider has worked many, many hours too. So you slice off these tapes, and then what we also did, so once we sliced off one of the majlis, then we have to make sure where we slice off, because a majlis may have Quran, Salam, Marsia, speech and Matam. Some may not have all of these, some may have no Matam, some may not have Quran, some may only have speech. So we have to know exactly where to slice. And then we came up with multiple masjids. Secondly, the file that comes out on the USB does not have any name. So it has numbers, number 3, 4, 5, 6, some meaningless number. So first thing we have to do right away, label it. So let's say it was Kalbe Sadiq, Maulana Kalbe Sadiq Marhum's Masjid. So we have to label that Maulana Kalbe Sadiq's speech, Marsia by Hadi School or Husnain Zaidi. 90% of the Marsias are by, mashallah, Husnain Zaidi. Let's have a loud salabat for him.
اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد.
So, so anyway, so we will select them, create new file, and Heather, next slide please. Okay. So yeah, we will talk about that. Let me just talk a little bit more about editing. So in editing, we ran in a lot of problems. And the conversion, when we were creating those videotapes, that also. I would say 75% of the time went in editing and conversion. Okay. So this is the part that Haider did, and he made it so beautiful that when you see the screen, you see like here in this, but so what Haider did, Haider, why don't you tell a little bit from there? He created the thumbnail which really made our presentation very marketable. So please.
Assalamu alaikum, my name is Haider Shahnawaz. So I was helping along with this project, mainly in editing and thumbnail creation, along with posting the videos to YouTube. So we used Adobe Premiere and Canva mainly when editing the videos and creating the thumbnails. So this is just one example of a recent thumbnail. I think I did like maybe last month, I believe. So it's pretty much just what we do is we have like labels for every single separate asset that we use. So the picture of Maulana, the IEC logo. So I'll just go to the next one. So this is just the finished product of one of the videos that we posted on the channel.
Haider, who is this? This is the shrine of Musi Qadim. This IC logo, he plugged in the name, and then he took his picture from somewhere in the internet or whatever. And go ahead.
Yeah, so pretty much what we do is we get like different images, and it's not always the easiest because a lot of these videos are like really old, so they'll be from, you know, anywhere between 80s, 90s, early 2000s. So I have to try and find a good quality image and, you know, remove the background, turn it into PNG format. And then what we do is after that we post the videos onto YouTube.
Okay.
So yeah, we have a channel that we post on. So
okay, so we created let me say about it. So we created a channel called IC History of Azadari channel. Okay, so when we post on a channel, this is called details and this is called description. In the details, we have always given the date on that occasion happened. So there are many Jashan, there's Hadi School's videos, and so we have to put that. This is called metadata. When the term, I'm sure people who in IT field, they know the term metadata. Metadata means it's the data about the data. Okay, so if I have a masjid and I don't tell who is reciting, what was the date, it's sort of incomplete. Okay, so we did that, and then here in description, I tried to describe that what was the subject of the Maulana. So I was honored to listen more majlis than I ever did. So I will be listening and taking a note, and then I will take those notes. I didn't write all the description, and I will give it to ChatGPT to write a description from there, and it will give me a nice description which I will paste there. So I gave him the keywords. One is talking about homes, he's talking about wealth, he's talking about this, wealth, homes, wealth is okay, but wealth, you don't be a, daulat parast, be daulatmand and so forth, and it will do a fantastic job. Okay, so, but that takes a lot of time. Okay, Haider, that was not Haider's area. Okay, so after updating that, and we plug in, like say this is Marhum Muhammad Mehdi Khajeri's picture. We plug in the thumbnail, but when the actual video starts, the thumbnail goes away. You can only have thumbnail for the display on the front. Okay, so Haider, next. Okay, so here is the list. What we did, Haider helped a lot on this. We took a 15-second sample of some of the videos. Yeah, see here. And
there's something very nice. This, this makes it really do to be the phone. It is enough to show that something this is the matter.
there's some other video.
Thank you very much.
Number 6, we go back again to that next.
This is the Jashan going on in IEC.
Hadi School की तरफ से तमाम मुसलमानों पे इमाम महदी ज़माना की विलादत का सादर मुबारक हो।
Then is your daughter. Is there yeah. That's Hadi Youth Camp. This was one of the very popular video. It's a 3-minute video, but we had like 400 views within 24 hours when we posted that. See, this is brother Raju. Next, this is Hassan, brother Hassan, the Fatah Queen, the Band reciting Marsia. You can see his hairs are still black, even though it's 40 years ago. That's the magic.
Came to IC.
Wala kalbe Sadir. We are about finished. Just 1 minute.
Two, three. Thank you very much.
I think we already had that. The most video and audios are of Maulana Janeli Kadmi and Maulana Zaki. And you see this, you all see this white member? That was made in my garage by Mahmoud Naqvi. He was the main carpenter and I was his helper. And this member is still, I believe, a picture.
On the left foot, that is the way we do us do before you. Allah to Marsia on the left foot, that is the way we.
Okay, the summary. So we had 476 videos already loaded. There are 20 speakers. We have 33,000 views. People in India, Pakistan, everywhere have watched these majalis. You have 500 subscribers and about 50-60 more videos to go. So I would request you to tell your friends and yourself, please subscribe. Once we have 1,000 subscribers and I believe over 50,000 views, IC will get compensated. I believe 7 to 13 cents for every view. IEC will get it, it will be monetized. And of course, when you all listen to these majalis, I get a compensation in terms of sawab. So that will be appreciated, and that will be the compensation for my labor here. Thank you so much. I appreciate you giving me time to present this to you.